is up and welcome to FIFA 22 career mode here with Plymouth Argyle. And I am very excited to get back into FIFA first of all, and secondly, get away from MLS. This is the first time in a long time that I haven't been in MLS. No more restrictions, no more crazy rules for MLS. Back to basics with career mode. We're back in Europe. If we want to buy a player and we can afford him, I'm going to buy him. I'm not limited anymore by MLS rules. The chains are off, baby. We're going for glory. And this is a very, very different team than anything I've seen from Plymouth in the past in any of my careers. They're actually a decent young squad. They've gotten rid of all of the older players and they've gone young, which is gonna kind of fit the theme of what we're gonna have to do with this team. So first things first, let's meet the squad. And straight away up top, we've got Luke Jeffcott, and he's going to be a big part of what we do. We're going to build around him in the attack, and I think he's a player that we could use throughout this career. He could be a staple in this team. He could be our talisman up top for the entirety of this series. I have faith in this young man. Up top next to Jeffcott is Ryan Hardy. I love me a good Scotty, and we've got a quick one here. 6'2" with good pace. And Ryan Hardy, he could be at least a depth player further down the line, but for the first couple of seasons, he's going to see a lot of playing time. And we actually have pretty decent depth up top to start with Ennis as well. They're all 24 or under, and they all have decent potential. And Ennis and Hardy are actually pretty rapid. I mean, we're kind of set for striker to start off with. Now, the further back we get in the formation, the less excited I am about this team. The midfield's not too bad. We have Broom here. He's on loan. He's also a cam/right wing back, so I don't even know what he's really good at or what he's suited for, but he's going to have to play a role for us in Season 1 because we don't have a ton of depth in the midfield. Houghton is not too shabby. He's definitely going to be playing a part for the first season or two, but not a player with great potential by any means. Camara could be a rock for us. He could be another staple in this team throughout the entirety of this series. He's young, physically very gifted, and I mean, technically he's skill-wise he's going to have to improve. But he does have some potential to him. And really the only other two center mids we have in this team are Mayer and Randall. Mayer is a little bit on the older side, one of the very few players. I think he's over 30 years old. He is 30 years old. There's not very many players that are 30 or over in this team. Now Randall, he actually has some potential. Another youngster, I think he's 18. Oh, he's 20. But he's got some potential to him, so he'll see some playing time this season for sure. And now we get to the defense, and let's just say there's some areas for improvement here. If there was a bright spot here, it would be Cooper. He's got a little bit of potential to him, could possibly sniff the 70 overall rating, so he could be a player for us through the championship, but he's definitely not going to make the grade once we get to the Premier League, but that's years down the road, I would assume. Center backs, right now we got Galloway, Scar, and Gillespie. There's really nothing to talk about here. We need upgrades all throughout the center back area. There's not one center back that I'm entirely thrilled with in this group. And then we get to the right back, and it's Edwards, the captain. I don't like replacing captains early in series, but we definitely need to improve. Just all across the board in the defense. He's the only player in the starting 11 that's over 30 years old, which I don't have a problem with. Just, we need improvements all around back there. Just everything needs to get better. And then we get to the goalkeeper position, and it's actually a player I'm kind of excited about in Michael Cooper. 65 overall, he's already our highest rated goalkeeper. At only 21 years old, he does have decent potential as well. So, I mean, he's going straight in there as a starter. I'm hoping he grows quite quickly and quite a lot in the first season or two. And then throughout the rest of the squad, we've already talked about Ennis and Mayer. Garrick is on loan. He's going to be a right wing back if we stick with a 5 at the back. Honestly, with what we have, I don't know if there's really any other options for us in Season 1. We might just have to stick with this formation. We've talked about Randall, Burton, the backup goalkeeper. He's a little bit younger. He might have some potential, but I'm going to definitely roll with Michael Cooper as much as possible. Persol could be a decent player, maybe a little bit of potential, but he's starting at 53. It's going to take a lot of work to get him up there. We got Bolton, nothing really to talk about there. And then the rest of the players down here, other than possibly Tomlinson, he's got a little bit of potential, I think. I don't think any of these players are going to play much of a role with our squad. Shirley actually has some potential, but he doesn't have a face. I really need him to have an actual picture, so I'm probably not going to use him very much. And I mentioned our very small budget. It's 1.5 million pounds. That's it. That's all we got for season 1. So now you see why we're going to be focusing heavily on Youth Academy, because we literally can't afford to buy anybody. Now, before we get in and actually set up our Youth Academy, I do want to talk about one thing. The one maybe minor rule we're going to have for this series, and it involves the Youth Academy. And the composition of this team in its current form is very UK heavy. In fact, there's only 2 players in the team right now that are from outside of the UK, and that is Galloway and Camera. So I figured we'll be able to scout anywhere inside the UK. Doesn't matter, no restrictions there. But in order to scout outside of the UK, we're going to use the preseason tournament. We are taking place in one for this first season. We're going to be going to Portugal. And because we're making our presence now in Portugal, we'll be able to youth scout in Portugal as well. So it'll be a way to sprinkle in a little bit of international flavor slowly through the Youth Academy. And, well, it's a little bit more dire than I had expected, actually. The only scout we have right now, Charlie Horn, is a 1-star. So I'm not sure what return we're going to get from him. But let's go ahead and hire our second scout so that we can scout internationally. We don't have enough money for a good one. I guess Mario Castiello. That's not great either. At least he's better than Charlie Horn, though. So the preseason tournament didn't go all that great for us. Although, you know, that being said, we didn't get out of the group, but we lost our first game, we drew the second game, and we won the third game. So there's progression there. You know, that's something to build on going into the season. We got $258K for the preseason tournament, which basically covered the cost of our scout that we hired. So at least it was something. So I think with what we have left in the budget, we should at least bring in one player this season. And I think it'd be smart for us to start building from the back. It's where we need the most help right now. So I have scouted a few players. We've got Alex Hartridge from Exeter, Reece Staunton from Bradford City, both around the 60 overall mark. Both of them are between, I don't know, 500 to 750,000 pounds. So on the cheaper side, but they'll grow for us a little bit. And then we have a couple of players that are a little bit better right off the bat. Udoka Godwin Malif, I think is how you say his name. He's around $1 million, maybe 1.5. He might be out of our price range. And then Akin Odemeo. This is the one I really wanted, but he's also the most expensive, possibly out of our price range. But I think he's on an expiring contract, so I'm going to start with him. If I can get him for that $875 that his value is, or maybe even less, that would be huge. He can slot right in at center back. He can also play right wing back, so if at some point we do decide to move on from Joe Edwards, that's a spot that he could fill in as well. So the one thing I haven't looked at yet is the Youth Academy. The current players in there right now, and we actually need a little bit of depth in the midfield, and all of these players can play in the central midfield, which is kind of nice. The problem is, not sure any of them are really ready to be called up. We got Danilo Serduk, who is trash. Victor Bravo, who's not much better. Jomar Ujukwu, who might be the best prospect out of the bunch. His physicals look really good. Technical ability, there's definitely something there to build upon, maybe. The problem is he's 15, so I couldn't call him up now even if I wanted to. We got Danilo Blazevic, who's maybe has the best potential out of everyone there, but he's a 47 rated, so not going to do us much good if I called him up now. And then there's Liviu Balan, who is also 53 rated. He's 16, so I could call him up. Physicals don't look horrible for, you know, a 16-year-old. And technical ability is on par with Ojukwu, so if I desperately need someone in the midfield, right now we're probably looking at Balan, and that's about it. So with the money we have left, I think we could get at least some midfielder to add depth to this team. I'm very worried about our midfield depth at this point. So I've scouted a few players. We got Alfie Bates from Walsall. We got Stephen Kelly from Rangers. He might be a little too expensive though. Yeah, it's looking like he's probably not gonna work out for us. We got Ross Tierney from Bohemian in Ireland. And then, I know I said we're very UK based right now, but the best place to get cheap players with good potential is MLS, and I know MLS, specifically Seattle. So I have Josh Atencio and Danny Leyva on here. I really want Josh Atencio. I've watched him play this season in real life, and he looks like he could be a very good player. I would love to bring him in. The issue with them is it says it looks like they're unwilling to relocate at this time. They're both on expiring contracts, though. So I'm going to start with Danny Leyva because that's the one I really want. And then if not, I'll move on to Ross Tierney because I think he's probably the best of the rest of them. And looks like I'm not going to go for Atencio or Leyva. That is just literally not allowing me to do that. So on to Ross Tierney then. So I'm about to submit this offer for Tierney. We've already agreed to terms with Bohemian, 420K, nothing big. But I've never seen a player in this negotiation room look as scared and unsure as Ross Tierney. Look at his face. He looks absolutely terrified about this move. I'm not even sure I want to sign him at this point, but we desperately need a midfielder, so let's just go ahead and get this thing done. My God, I hope he settles in because he looks like he's about to poop his pants. So we have our first scouting reports back. We didn't get much from the England one, but Portugal, Rodrigo de Carvalho, not bad. 525,000 value. He's 5'7", so he better not be a center back, but we're going to sign this guy. And Carvalho ends up being a center mid, and he's already the highest rated player in our youth academy. That's what I'm talking about. I also signed this bum from the English scouting report, Austin Webster, also a center mid, but I think he might be a bit doo-doo. Time now for our first match of the career, and we're away to Rotherham United. They're playing the same 5-3-2 formation. I think we're going to see a lot of 5 at the back here in League One, which is going to be painful, but hopefully our strength is our attack. So I'm hoping we can find a way to break through. And that Hardy, how? Ref, how did he win that? Don't you dare. Oh, he hit the freaking post. Oh, we can't get it out. Oh my goodness, not clear the ball on a minute. That's not clearing the ball. Okay, it somehow worked. Holy goosebumps. We have a step here with Cooper up the wing. Go, Cooper. Go, Cooper. Hardy, get in the box. Okay, he's not able to outrun his man, but we do have Camera. Oh, I was so close. It was a beautiful cross as well. Beautiful stuff there. Can we get this through? We can. Who's getting it on the end of it? It's Jeffcott. Come on, Jeffcott. Jeffcott. Oh, he hit the post. He took a really bad last touch and then crushed it off the post. Uh-oh, this could be bad. Oh, we're opened up in a million different ways. Oh, no. And there's the opener. Ooh, this has been a very bad start to the second half. Come on, Jeffcott. There you go. Jeffcott. Oh, and his follow-up. And his ref pen. That's a pen. Referee, you've been shambolic. Somebody move a little bit. Oh, okay, Ennis just literally took the ball off his feet and then does that. That's the levels we're dealing with here in League One, boys. That just happened. My striker just tackled my midfielder, then gave it back to the opposition. Are you serious? No, what is that pass? What is that finish? Oh, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Oh, come on, boys. One more attack here. That's an interesting pass through, and it just hit. That's pain. That's pain, man. So we move into the EFL Cup now, and I don't have a ton of depth to be rotating the entire team. I'm actually only going to make 2 changes. I'm going to bring in Randall for Houghton. I'm going to move Camera into the middle, and then Tierney's going to play for Broom because Broom pissed me off with his 2 misses. Actually, if I could bench a player just for training, I've had to play all the drills to get a good grade, you know, so I could then sim them. Broom has been awful in training as well. I should have benched his ass for the first game. He's on loan here anyway. He can get bent. I'm playing Tierney. There you go, Camera. Tierney, a little loose touch. Oh, he gets away with it. Come on, Randall. There you go. Hardy, go. Hardy, go. You got to have the wheels, Hardy. He has the wheels, but Lord, that touch. Holy smokes, that was awful. Oh, that's a goal. Oh, Scar, that was a huge intervention. Come on, Randall. Plays it over here for Randall. Back there. Beautiful stuff. Oh, no. I want it over here for Hardy. Shoot it! Hardy! Hardy scores! Ryan Hardy gets us on the board. 1-0 to Plymouth. It's been all Plymouth in this first half as well. And we're actually looking pretty good here. Coming through again. Hardy laying it across. Beautiful stuff. Jeff caught. Where's he going? Oh, it falls for Hardy. That keeper almost took it into his goal. Why didn't Jeff Cott stop? Corner right before halftime. Can we do something with it? Put some air under it. Jeff Cott! Luke Jeff Cott gets on the board as well. Both strikers have struck in the first half. That's what we like to see. Uh-oh. This could be bad. This could be a situation. Okay, we didn't play the ball in the air very well. Just got caught trying to switch between too many players and just didn't go to the ball. No way. Cooper, I feel like Cooper doesn't have a brain cell. He lacks some serious brain cells. I'm not sure what his dysfunction is. Oh, we have a counterattack though. Ennis finally got in behind. Ennis, put it away. Oh, Ennis actually scored. He did something right. He's been a disaster so far, but he finally made a run and he finally got in behind and he scored. And I think we're gonna get our first win. Well, that's good play. But there's Odemeo. So he's just always in the, oh my. My goalkeeper is stupid. My goalkeeper is ass. What's his name? Michael Cooper? What was that? That ball literally went right past his head. And it wasn't like he was shielded. Look at this. What is he doing? I could have blindfolded. If he wouldn't have moved, he would have saved it with his face. What is that? Oh my goodness. There's the final whistle straight after kickoff. I thought we had their goalkeeper situation sorted out. Wow, he's bad. So that is where we're going to end things for this first episode. I don't know what's going to happen in this first season. We need a goalkeeper. I didn't anticipate having to buy one, and we don't have the money to do that now. So I think the plan is we're going to go with Burton, our backup, in our next match in the league against Gillingham, because he couldn't possibly be worse than what I saw from Cooper in the first two games. That was the worst goalkeeper performance I have ever seen. That was like Joe Bendick on crack. That was the worst thing I've ever seen from a goalkeeper ever. I cannot possibly put Cooper back in there. It can't happen. So we'll go with Burton, and I just hope that he could possibly make at least a save. Like if a shot comes at him, he could just stand there like a traffic cone and stop it with his face, because that literally would have been better than Cooper. I can't put Cooper back in. I just can't. Okay. Okay. We're okay. It's the first episode. We're fine. It's gonna be fine. That's where we're ending it for today. If you did enjoy it and you're looking forward to whatever this first season's about to be, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you when we come back and get into this first season with Plymouth Argyle. See ya.